You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go to the Constitutionals. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Welcome back to the Constitutionals. That was my rendition of the Cheers theme song. I don't know the words. It's fine. I've been watching Cheers for about 3 weeks straight now. All right, but before I get to that, let's get to this. What is this? Constitutionals, premier podcast on cpluscomedy.com, where there's a whole bunch of stuff like this podcast, news time, interviews, sometimes reviews of comedy stuffs that aren't really reviewed by other people except me. Sometimes AV Club. Okay, well, now let's get back to the Cheers. So, I've been watching Cheers for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks now, pretty much every day. It's become my new Simpsons, except for The Simpsons, which I still clearly watch almost every day. There are days where I don't watch it, because sometimes I'm even too tired for The Simpsons. I just want to watch something else. But I still enjoy The Simpsons every day, just like I enjoy Cheers every day. Sam Malone is one of the funniest characters. I know Ted Danson probably didn't like playing him too much. I know in one interview he said that Sam was pretty dumb. That's pretty much why he wanted to end Cheers. But Ted Danson's really great. He does this thing where he touches his nose before he says something kind of smarmy to a woman. I think it's so funny. It's such a great, and Kirstie Alley's great. Let's see, Shelley Long's great. John Ratzenberger's great. George Wendt. Woody Harrelson's fantastic. You can see the evolution of Woody. Rhea Perlman's also good. Bebe Neuwirth. Chris, what's his name? Fraser Man. Oh my gosh, I know his name. It is on the tip of my tongue. Frasier, the guy who plays Frasier. I just did a little titty tap. His name is, I feel so stupid. Oh my gosh, Kelsey Grammer. Oh, Jesus. I feel so dumb. I am so sorry, Kelsey, for forgetting your name for a second. It's been a long day. I picked up the third job. It was a pedicab right up and down a kind of old-timey, is like restaurants and stuff. And it hurts to sit down right now in a chair, especially a chair with no cushion. It really hurts. I've been on a bike for the better half of today in a pedicab, just riding it. People, hey, it's a pedicab. Can I get your ride? Nope. Nice. You must be tired, though. Oh, my God. There's one nice old guy I met. I was down near a bunch of churches, not taking a break, just waiting for people. And this old guy came out of his car, and he looked at me, and he said, we started talking. And he gave me some good advice. He said, don't know the definition of no, or don't take no for an answer, but something along those lines. He said, you should not know the definition of no when it comes to the business sense. I told him I was a news producer and I wasn't going to get hired. And I told him that CNN did not hire me. And he said, well, don't take no for an answer. You just do as much as you can. Keep working. I said, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. Then I went on my way. And I was driving back up the street. And he goes, and he waves to me. He goes, you keep working, Chad. And I'm like, thank you, sir. Very nice guy. His name is Bob. Nice man with his wife. They drive a Scion, one of those cubes. Nice guy. I hope he has a terrific life. Or I liked him. Back to this. So I've been watching a lot of Cheers. I've been trying to figure out what time they open, what time they close. I think I talked about this last week, but it's really difficult to know. I think they open at 11 o'clock. I've since centered on one thing. In one episode, they did talk about a lunchtime thing. I remember because Norm said, oh, I'm here on my lunch break. And Sam had just opened up. So they open at least 11 o'clock. And they close around 1 or 2. And because Sam said something about closing at 2 when he was closing. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We better go home. Something like that. Something stupid. And I thought, okay, open 11 to 2. 14 hours. But Sam opens, it closes pretty much every day. But then they always talk about having days off, but they're always there. They work 14 hours straight, seemingly no meals. There's only 3 of them, or 4 of them, including Kirsty or Shelley Long, or I'm sorry, Rebecca or Diane. So there has to be either there's more workers that we're not seeing and they just never talk about them, which is my theory, or they stay there for 14 hours a day, at least 5 or 6 days in a row. Who knows? Moving on to a different topic. Cheers is great, though. I'm really enjoying Cheers. But Netflix canceled more shows, which I am surprised. They canceled Girl Boss today, the 25th. Is the one I'm recording it. I'm actually recording it 2 days ahead of time, guys. This is great. I feel, because I know I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. Because tomorrow is the 26th of June, which is my birthday. Happy birthday to me, I know. I don't like to do anything on my birthday. I'm probably just going to wake up, go to the gym, go to work, come back home, play video games, go to sleep. The usual Monday routine. Oh, Bachelorette might be on tomorrow. We'll see. I'm still going to play video games. I got a Switch. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. But in Emmy voting, if you are nominated, if you're a part of the Emmys for your consideration committee, of the 21,000 of you, at least one of you listens to this podcast, and I know how many people listen to this podcast. Get real close to the mic and say that. You have until today, the day of this podcast that comes out on Tuesdays, the 27th, to put in your vote. Make sure Insecure is nominated for an Emmy. Make sure, I know Atlanta is going to be, but Insecure is a better show. It's my 2 cents. Insecure needs to be nominated, as does Tracy Wakefield's show. Great news. There's just so many good shows. What else? Oh, yeah. Anyway, Netflix canceled Girl Boss. That's what they did today. Who else needs to be nominated? I don't know. I didn't even plan out this episode. I just knew I was going to sit down and talk tonight. That's generally what happens. Right now, I'm watching Claws on the TNT network, starring Niecy Nash and a whole Judy Reyes and a few other Dean Norris and a few other people. That one girl who I shouldn't say this. I'm going to say anyway. One woman who was, I think, married to Chris Brown. One of his women that he hurt. So there's that. Her last name is Tran. I think her first name is Catherine. Nope, it's not. Anyway, I don't care. Claws is great. Oh my God, that show is so dark, and it's about Niecy Nash, who owns a nail salon, and she works with that, and she's also laundering money through a free clinic that gives out drugs to addicts. Like, they give out drugs to addicts. They don't give it out. They sell drugs to addicts. And now she accidentally, in the first episode, she and this one girl kill the guy she was sleeping with, who promised her $20,000 at the end of laundering this money so she could buy another salon in a better neighborhood for her and her crew, I think, to go to. Then it all goes downhill. And that's all I'm going to say, because that's a great show, needs to be watched. Orphan Black is also on. Our Orphan is the New Black, as I've been calling it. Even though I don't watch Orange is the New Black. Our Orphan Black is in its final season. Great Saturday night show, even though I record it and watch it on Monday mornings. And Tatiana Maslany's fantastic in it. There's 19 different characters. Christian Brun. Everybody in that show is fantastic. The guy who plays Fee, I think his name, Fife. Wonderful show. Also watched Attack on Titan today. Attack on Titan had a lot of, it was a really slow episode, actually. Nothing happened. Something with, these two guys were Titans the whole time, and they stole Eren and this one girl who was also a Titan, and now they're hiding in a tree. That was the entire episode. Then I watched Dragon Ball Super. Another episode, another anime. I'm sick of these animes just having filler building episodes where they're building to a fight. And Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta and Goku return to Earth after Frieza returned to Earth back to life, and he killed Piccolo, and he fought Gohan, and he almost not killed Gohan. And then Gohan Goku and Vegeta were on Lord Beerus's planet training with Whis. Okay, Lord Beerus is a god, and Whis is his friend, and they live on a different planet. And if Beerus doesn't like your food when he comes to your planet, he blows it up. The end. So they were on that. So they were on that planet training with the god, and then they heard about Frieza, and then Goku's like, maybe I can get us there with his instantaneous transmission, where he puts 2 fingers to his head. I'm doing it right now, if you can't hear the difference in my hand moving. And he just transported him and Vegeta back to Earth. But he had to lock on to a key signature. And he locked on to Gohan's, his son. And Gohan powered up. And Gohan knew what was happening. Somehow they locked on at the same time. And then boom, he was back. And then that was the end of the episode. Frieza didn't do anything. He just powered up. Oh my God, it took too much word, guys. Too much word, guys. Too much word. Too much word. But I don't know. It's a fine show. Dragon Ball Super is great. I just wish I hate the word binge, but I don't like to binge watch shows. So, but that's definitely a show I need to have more than one episode of, because they don't do anything. They don't do anything at all. Also, there's a Steam summer sale going on. Steam is where you can buy video games for your PC. I have a few games on there. I have 83, I think. But I don't buy a lot of games because my laptop is not very powerful. It can barely edit. But I'm happy it edits, period. So that's good. It's an expensive laptop and it better freaking edit. Guys, it really hurts. Sitting down is so difficult. This chair hurts. I want to move to the bed, but I don't know how the microphone's going to like it. I don't know how the laptops are going to like it. And quite frankly, I don't know how I'm going to like it, because it's not all that comfortable. Comfortable. Yeah. Sorry about that. So that's pretty much all I've been watching. I've been thinking a lot lately about Seeso and all the shows that are available on it. And I want to do a piece this week on an open letter to Hulu. I used to do this. I did it once. There was this thing called an open letter, which I invite the creators of something or whatever to read this letter I write for the website, cpluscomedy.com/an open letter. I don't know if that's a real. Don't go to that URL. Just go to cpluscomedy.com and search for an open letter in the search bar. And I just want to, and now for the first one I did an open letter to the guys who do Arrow, Greg Berlanti and his little minions over there, because they keep screwing up. I'm just saying, make me Cyborg, but they couldn't, obviously, because they used Cyborg in Justice League, even though I'd made this video 4 years ago now. So the next open letter is going to be to Hulu, and I'm going to suggest to them buy Seeso. Now, Seeso is owned by NBC. NBC wants nothing to do with Seeso by themselves. It's $4 a month. Not many people subscribe to it, but they have a lot of great shows. Bajillion Dollar Properties, Shrink, Take My Wife, Cyanide and Happiness. Oh, God. Pistol Shrimps documentary, My Brother and Me, Flowers. So many good shows. I think a lot of those shows, a majority of them, would survive on Hulu. Bajillion has ad breaks, which is great. Kulop writes it like that. Flowers would do well, even though I've only seen an episode or two. Flowers might even do better on Amazon Prime Video. I think that'd be good for them for Seeso just to spread these wings. And now, so NBC owns Seeso, and they took and Evan Shapiro, who used to run Seeso, dropped off, and now I think the head of communications or something like that, it's a woman. She runs Seeso now, but she works for NBC. So NBC she could just go to NBC and say, y'all, this isn't worth it. Which is frustrating for not just the creators and the actors, but the people who are consistently paying the $4 a month for Seeso. So what I'm saying is, why doesn't NBC allocate resources from Seeso and put them on Hulu, which they co-own with ABC, Fox, and Comcast owns 10%, I believe. So, but with Fox and ABC, that's if they would have a lot. Hulu would have a lot more comedy shows compared to Netflix, which would be Netflix has a crap ton of comedy shows, and also Seeso has daily, weekly specials, comedy specials. So that would greatly increase Hulu's comedy presence. Right now they have Casual and Difficult People, and I love those shows. Casual's great, nice dark dating comedy, and Difficult People is just this brutal, mean comedy show. And then they have the comedy shows from ABC, Fox, and NBC. They have one or two CBS shows, but I think it's just Elementary, and that's just a separate deal that they do with Elementary, not CBS. So Hulu could really stand to use, and they have the Mindy Project, but that's going to end. Hulu could stand to use another comedy. They're not doing the Hot Wives anymore. I don't know. It might not be canceled. It might just be a time thing with everybody else. But they picked up Hot Wives of Orlando. Then they got the second season, Hot Wives of Las Vegas. They're not going to do it again, obviously. The Awesomes are canceled. The Awesomes was a cartoon superhero show from Seth Meyers, which was great. Had a lot of issues, but it was great to watch. Deadbeat's canceled. So all they have left for comedies, and the Mindy Project has gone its way out next season. All they have left for comedies is Difficult People and Casual. And Casual's not for everybody. And Difficult People is kind of mean, so it's not going to really last. So the way I look at it is, if NBC just goes to Fox and ABC and says, hey, and ABC has ABC Digital, so ABCD, and it's this great, wonderful platform for young comedians to make shows. And I'm going to go ahead, ABCD. I'm going to go ahead and look up, Jesus, ABC Digital, and tell you some of the shows. Because I know one of the shows is from Jessica McKenna, who's a part of the Earwolf family. She's always on Earwolf shows. And so I think, so if you have someone like that, why don't you just do this? I don't understand what the issue is. I'm really having trouble here finding these shows. Okay. So right now I'm going to go to, oh boy, I'm really having trouble finding this stuff. Okay. Well, obviously, I can't find ABCD right now, but they could definitely happen. So for ABC's regular shows, they have ABC's 6 or 7. Well, Downward Dog was canceled on Friday, so now they have 6 comedies. They got Blackish, Modern Family, The Middle, Fresh Off the Boat, the other, Speechless. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Oh, The Goldbergs. Fox has The Mick, New Girl. New Girl's on its way out too, and one more show that Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and probably another 2 shows that I'm forgetting. And NBC has Great News, Superstore, Trial and Error, which no one knows is coming back or not, and Will and Grace Revival, and that other show, The Good Place. So they could stand to use just a boost in comedy. And so here's just a taste. If they want to pick it up, if they just want to say, if they want to look at Seeso and go, this is worth it, and then they can get on top of all these new shows, they can get the streaming rights to Hulu, can get all the streaming rights to every single episode of SNL. Imagine that. 43 seasons of SNL with ads in the middle of them. They already have ad breaks. I mean, and there's a bunch of seasons of SNL already on right now, already on Hulu right now. So they have like what? I have like it's just a haphazard amount, and then the 5 recent episodes. That would be perfect. That would be more than worth the $8. That'd be more than worth the $12 for no commercials. That'd be more than worth the $40 that people pay with the on-demand library and the live TV. So here's what they can have. They can have Cyanide Happiness Show. Cyanide Happiness, which regularly gets millions of views on its YouTube page. Gentleman Lobsters, a show I've never watched. I have no interest in. They can have all of the Monty Python movies. Most of the Monty Python movies. I don't think this is all of them, but most of them. They could have comedy specials from the likes of Lachlan Patterson and Adam Newman and Mo Mandel, Robert Powell, Tyree Lane, so many people. Home for a Holiday, an original special from Andy Richter. They could have a bunch of British TV shows, which people love. People love that. Or that can go to Amazon. They can just sell those shows to Amazon because a bunch of those are BBC shows. More stand-up specials. Brian Posehn, Sasha Zameda, Nick Thune, Nick DiPaolo, Joey Diaz, another Brian Posehn, Lori Kilmartin, Jenna Friedman, Janine Garofalo. These are all brand spanking new. They can have stand-up series. This is Hulu can have this. Stand-up series. Okay? From Rory Scovel, Doug Stanhope. I think these are all just more specials. Before the Morning After, the guest list. What is the Night Train with Wyatt Cenac? Then they have featured shows. My Brother and Me, Playing House reruns, the Monty Python's Flying Circus, Parks and Rec, The Kids in the Hall, the IT Crowd, Snuffbox. Oh my God, so many. And then they can have originals. Shrink, Bajillion, Cyanide, Harmon Quest, UCB Show, Flowers, Take My Wife. No one, Thing Starter. No one's understanding this. And I know it might be a monetary thing. I know it. But it doesn't take effort. They see people want these things. There's an influx when there's a new season of Bajillion, when there's a new show from 10 Bolts. People want it. People want this. I don't understand it. Hulu. I'm going to write you. But you should buy Seeso. And NBC should sell them to you. There you go. I just did that right on mic. Oh my God. Oh, one final thing I want to talk about. The movie Life. I watched it. Starring Ryan Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, and a bunch of other people that I don't know about. It's a movie on the ISS, the International Space Station, where these scientists are a Mars rover sent back Mars dust, and they were discovering it. They were looking at it on the International Space Station. The Mars dust had a bunch of cells in it. They grew the cells. It turned into a gelatinous monster. Started killing everybody. That's the movie. And once you see, I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna hate it. I enjoyed it. I really wanted to see it ever since it came out. Ever since I saw a trailer for it a few months ago, and I finally saw it. And once you see a movie in space like Gravity or Interstellar or Moon, and then you see a movie like this, that's in comparison lackluster. You get kind of a little annoyed every now and then. I mean, it's a great movie in its own right, but I don't know. It's a horror movie in space. Is it a horror movie? Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much a horror movie where you see the monster really, not really early, but early enough to where you're not scared. and a lot of people die. Pretty much everyone dies. Oh boy, that ending though. That ending caught me off guard. Okay, well, we're done here. My butt really hurts from riding that gosh darn bike. Oh my gosh. Well, if you like this show, I don't know why you wouldn't, because I've been burping on the mic. I've been going off on rants. If you like this show, and I talked about yours, why don't you head to cpluscomedy.com. We've got a whole news, reviews, interviews, features, comedy bits, all the good stuff only I can provide you with. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. And you can also follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Head to the webpage youtube.com/cpluscomedy for video shows like On Comedy, documentary series that I do. What else? News Time. That's the good Lord, it's been so long. Dude, News Time. This is a long episode. Oh my god, I gotta leave. Okay, this is a long episode. I'm sorry. Watch News Time and also the website. Thank you so much for watching this, and I love you. Bye. Listening. I'm sorry, I meant to say listening. Bye.